Now, before the Saints and the Pats hit Gillette Stadium on Thursday night, it was time to end their joint workout this week, where the workouts today couldn't be more different than the previous day. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Neighbors, continuing CST's coverage of Saints Training Camp 2016. Yeah, far cry from yesterday. Very sunny today. Well, we had the wet stuff. Yesterday, a full padded workout. Today, more of an extended walkthrough. Yesterday, in full pads, we saw Saints defense have a nice carryover from their time at the Greenbrier, but we can't forget about the offensive side of the football. Yeah, the Saints offense had their moments against the Patriots defense, especially those wide receivers. Brandon Cooks, Willie Snead, Brandon Coleman, all big catches against the Patriots defense that, of course, is one of the best in the league. But overall, did the rain today dampen the workouts between the two teams?
No, this was good. This was good. And listen, these are conditions, you know. But I think the work in itself, again, a lot of situations. Gee whiz, I'm thinking of what situation we didn't cover over the last 2 days.
Going in, we knew that Tuesday was going to be a good padded practice. We knew Wednesday was going to be, more like an OTA practice. So it was more situational, and there was, a lot of different scenarios that sometimes you don't get to work on.
Sean Payton really likes this joint practice thing. He's going to do it again on the road with this football team when they travel to Houston in a few weeks. Back to the Patriots and the Saints, though, it's special to see both Tom Brady and Drew Brees on one practice field together. Two future Hall of Famers. Brady's been in the league 17 years. Brees has been in the league 16 years, and they're still going strong. With the wet stuff today, it brought back memories of two quarterbacks who've been together a long time, dating back to Tom's Michigan days and Drew's Purdue days.
We played against each other in college. We actually reminisced on that a little bit because the weather today was the exact same as it was for that game. So Tom actually threw it out there. He said, hey, remember that game, Michigan-Purdue in the big house? He said, it's just like it. They kind of smoked us that day, though. Little old Purdue walked into the big house, and they were pretty stout that year.
The years pass, but these quarterbacks don't stop passing. Drew Brees and Tom Brady keep putting up the numbers while putting down Father Time. Two All-Pros who have seen their careers grow and their relationships mature in the process.
I think we're both thankful for the opportunities that we've been given. Obviously, he's a part of a great organization and has been for a long time. I'm part of a great organization and have been for a long time. And I think both of us, I can't speak for him, but from knowing him and his approach, I think we both understand we got to prove it each and every time out, and that we're in the business of winning, and so I think we both have high expectations as to how long we can play, but we don't take it for granted either.
The years pass, but these quarterbacks don't stop passing. Drew Brees and Tom Brady keep putting up the numbers while putting down Father Time. Two All-Pros who have seen their careers grow and their relationships mature in the process.
Brady and Brees, they've been doing it for a long time at a high level. You got two first-ballot Hall of Famers, and just to be able to watch both of them work, see how they practice, see how they prepare, it opens your eyes, and it's definitely something that you have to try and learn from them, pick up little things, ask them little questions, and just try and better yourself, because those guys, they're epitome of true professional athletes, and the best to ever play this game.
It's pretty amazing just seeing those two guys out on the same field. It's an unbelievable amount of football and a lot of wins that those two guys have put together, and it's just impressive to watch both of them work and just see how they go about doing their business, and it's impressive.
Brees and Brady share the limelight, but these two also have endured the tough times. Brees had to overcome a year without Sean Payton and Bountygate, while Brady will miss the first 4 games of this season due to Deflategate.
I've commented on this quite a bit in the past. I think we're at the point now in training camp where I'm really just kind of focused on the season and my team. But obviously that's a tough situation for him and his team.
Yeah, fighting adversity, another thing both Drew Brees and Tom Brady surely have in common. Well, we have plenty of fight left in our CST Training Camp show. Coming up next, your nightly CST Camp counselor, and it's our first repeat counselor. He's Deuce McAllister. He's going to weigh in on what the Saints should expect in their first preseason game, and he's going to break down that running back battle as well. Next, as our coverage continues here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. CST's coverage of Saints Training Camp 2016 continues here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Time for our first repeat CST Camp counselor. We welcome in our friend Deuce McAllister. Deuce, I know it's a big honor. I appreciate you doing this again.
It definitely is a big honor, and I appreciate you, having the audacity to choose me again.
Audacity. He's a radio guy. He's learning all these big words now. Let's talk about this week in Foxborough. Seems like Sean Payton is happy. The players are happy. A little rain today, but you always get more out of meeting somebody else, I think.
Well, I think, today particularly it was more situational football. We saw them do it a pretty good amount in West Virginia where they would work on maybe one situation after a special teams practice, and now they had an opportunity to do it with a defense out in front of them or vice versa. You see another offense plays, et cetera. So it was good to know and understand, hey, look, if Laurinaitis is down, who goes in, who's the backup number 2 in this situation, and, whether it's on kickoff or punt or field goal block. So, it's to make sure that you're sharp and guys are into it. So it's pretty good overall, pretty good work today.
This was kind of an advanced walkthrough today. Let's go back to yesterday because, we talked a lot in our show yesterday about the defense and how well they played, but the offense, I thought, had some great moments, especially these Saints receivers.
Yeah, the one thing that we wondered, would it carry over? We've seen what they've done against each other. Now they get an opportunity to do it against somebody else, and, for the most part, it did. If there was one negative that you have to draw, it would have been, maybe the receivers didn't beat press coverage as well. There was a couple times that they let the guys get their hands on them too much. But, overall, thought they caught the ball pretty well. Defensively, they defended well as also.
We have our running back here. We got to talk about the Saints running backs. This is one of the most competitive battles in this camp. We know Ingram's on the team. We know C.J. Spiller's on the team. But a real logjam after that. Just talk about how this is a potentially good problem for this football team.
The next 4 is up to debate, because each one, they do something different. They can do a little bit of a lot, pretty good, but it's for them, it's going to be doing it in the games. That's what they have to do. Hightower had a fumble yesterday. He can't do that. Lasco has had a couple earlier in camp. You can't do that. But I think somebody has flashed every day as far as the backs are concerned. So it'll be interesting to see how they play when the games are, mean something, where it's going to be, how does this roster shake out?
They're definitely going to push each other, that's for sure, and that's going to make for a better football team. C.J. Spiller is a guy who's been kind of a mystery since he arrived. We saw flashes a year ago. We've seen flashes so far in West Virginia and even here in Foxborough. What do you think? Where do you think he is right now in this football team?
I still like him. I liked him. I understood. I've battled with knee issues, so his game is based off explosiveness. So for him to be able to go lateral and cut, it's difficult. And I think this year we'll see the guy that was a Pro Bowl player in Boston, and that's a world sprinter, because the guy can fly, and I think that he gives this offense a different dimension if he's healthy, if he can get those 10 to 15 touches a game, and, it's going to be interesting to see how they use him and, just be able to get him in space.
Mark Ingram is a guy, I've said this since he arrived, if he can get the carries and more importantly can stay healthy, can be a productive back in this league. Talk about what you expect from him if he can stay healthy this year.
1,600 total yards, 1,600 total yards. If he's healthy, he should go over the 1,000 mark. He should be in that 1,100 to 1,200 mark, and then, he's going to get probably anywhere between 300 to 500 receptions just because they like to get him the ball. But if he can stay healthy, that's the type of year that he can have and produce in this offense, and it's one that he's going to have to be somewhat of a focal point where teams are going to say, hey, look, we've got to take 22 away. Hey, look, we have to know where 28 is lined up, and that's just going to open it up for Spiller, for Snead, for Fleener, so they can be dynamic. Up front is where it's got to happen as well. Still a little bit of question mark up front, but offensively they should be okay.
Finally, Deuce, let's talk about the mindset for Sean Payton. I've heard him say he wants to win preseason games, but it seems like he's putting more of an emphasis on it this preseason than in years past. Do you get that sense too a little bit?
It's a young team, and this team needs confidence. The one thing that they know, looking at their schedule and when the off week is they can't afford to be in the hole at a 2 and 3 point, or even a 1 and 4 point, because with this young team, you don't want them to get down in confidence. So the best way to get them started, hey, look, let's be aggressive in preseason. Let's go out and win games. We want this team to win games. We don't want anybody to get hurt, but we want you to have confidence so when the Raiders come rolling into town, and expect you're going to win that game.
Quality counseling. That's why we have you back. We don't need audacity. We expect this from Deuce McAllister. Listen, good luck with Jim Henderson on the radio call, and we'll see you down the road.
No problem. Thank you, sir.
All right, Deuce McAllister, our CST camp counselor this evening. Coming up next, your nightly quote of the day coming from Sean Payton, talking about the urgency he sees up and down. Welcome back to a damp Foxborough, Massachusetts, inside Gillette Stadium, the home of the Saints' first preseason game against the New England Patriots. Time for our quote of the night. You know, sometimes these are funny, sometimes they're sentimental, but tonight we're all business, asking Sean Payton to look into his first preseason game's crystal ball and the urgency of his football team. The urgency isn't limited to just those young Saints.
Listen, the sense of urgency has got to be there, not just with the young players. The sense of urgency has got to be there from 1 through 90. You know, that evaluation of the veteran player, you know, can they still do what we hope and what we think they can do? So obviously with the player with less experience, you know, they'll battle some of the same nerves they probably had yesterday, you know, practicing against a different opponent for the first time.
A big preseason game for every Saint involved. Well, that wraps up another show. We'd like to thank our CST camp counselor, Deuce McAllister. I'm Mike Neighbors. We'll see you again on Friday.